Just realized my camera is like on 8% battery. I'm like, Jax, you can do this, you can talk quick. So I basically just want to like break down just this whole eating disorder awareness week. Lots of common facts or like myths, will say, ideas that have been perpetuated and a lot of people do have on eating disorders that are actually very incorrect. Hence the reason why it is still seen as this taboo between me, just comfy myself, between a lot of people. And only reason I'm usually more social, I'm just talking quick because I'm like, don't die on me, battery. So number one, like one of the biggest common misperceptions or misconceptions is that eating disorders are about the aesthetics, the vanity. It's about looking thin. That is rarely the case. A lot of the time it's this obsession with control. It's your relationship you have with other people, with food. It's complete body dysmorphia. It has got nothing to do with aesthetics and vanity. It's so much deeper than that superficial layer. A person who has an eating disorder, they can probably not give a shit what they look like, but they might have this compulsion about exercising, about being so regimented and controlling. Second big misconception is that it's choice. As in, you chose to have that eating disorder, you can just snap out of it like that. Again, that could not be further from the truth. It becomes an eating disorder when you lose control over it. No human being chooses to suffer that way. It's, you think, if you can't deviate, or if you can't cheat meal, if you can't just step away and live a normal life, that means it has control over you. It is not a choice to live that way. It could develop slowly by someone restricting, but essentially it is really not a choice. Third thing is that it's about, like, you can see how severe an eating disorder is by the look of someone's physical appearance. Again, couldn't be further from the truth, because a lot of the time, the internal state of a body is not reflected externally by the outside. For example, you could have someone with bulimia, anorexia. They could look a completely healthy weight. Orthorexia, obsession with exercising, obsession with being healthy. You physically can't have a cheat meal because you feel too guilty. That is an eating disorder. You can't always tell how healthy a person is by how they looked externally. It's got absolutely nothing to do with that. It's what happens in here that determines the severity of an eating disorder. And a lot of the times, like I said, you cannot see it on the outside. So never judge a person's recovery based on the way they look, or a lifestyle based on the aesthetics. Fourth thing is that when you reach a healthy weight, that you are officially recovered. That again is just so not the case. Like, or as soon as you start eating normally, that anxiety is still there. It's how you feel within the inside. And a lot of the time, it's something that we'll be fighting for the rest of our lives. And that's okay to accept that and acknowledge that. You're not going to be like, praise Jesus, she is healed. She no longer feels the symptoms. No, you will always, it will always be a forefront thing in the back of your mind. But it's pretty much, you get stronger at controlling, at dealing with how you react to feeling that way about yourself. Next thing is that only women have eating disorders. Oh shit, my friends. It's not only like thin women that have eating disorders. It's just so many men have it. It is so common now. And whether it is restricting food, whether it is binging and purging, whether it is overeating, comfort eating, over-exercising, men struggle just as much as women. Whether it's a guy that's addicted to the shred and getting 13% or 6% body fat, that is essentially in it. So never ever judge someone's gender as a part of the reason that they have developed this disorder. Next thing that I want to bring up is it's all about your parents, it's all about this, that. No. There are catalysts into reason people develop eating disorders, but it's not always about the parents or a traumatic event or anything like that. And it's never a goal weight that's going to stop it. It's got nothing to do with that. Everyone's disorder is caused by something very personal to them, and something that is going to differ from person to person to person. There's no such thing as a one size fits all. Not everyone shows the same symptoms. Not everyone recovers in the same way. What worked for me recovery isn't necessarily going to work for you. And that is why I love spreading the story. I love spreading my messages, because who knows, it may not work for everyone, but it will work for some people. One thing I personally struggled with a lot during my eating disorder was my father and brother had that mentality, as in, it's a choice, snap out of it. And I would have wished sometimes I would have been like, you guys don't understand. I don't have a choice. So what this whole video is about, whether you want to show someone or you haven't been able to verbalize a way that you've been feeling, you feel like people assume it's a privileged lifestyle, you're choosing to restrict, you're choosing to be a certain way, and they just don't take pity on you. A lot of, like, you don't want people to take pity on you. Like, it is not what I mean. I'm not like a dog licking my wounds, guys. Or like, anyway, recovered dog licking old wounds. So, not the point, not the point. But a lot of medicals don't cover eating disorders because they say that, no, it was self-inflicted. It was, that type of mentality is why one person dies every 4 seconds from an eating disorder. How can you say people choose to get to the point where you allow the organs to shut down? You've got to realize it goes deeper than a sort of rational thinking, rational action. So all I'm trying to do is get rid of that taboo, increase the awareness that it is an actual mental disorder. It's a mental disorder, it's a type of disability. So instead of treating it as some sort of privileged white lifestyle sort of thing, understand that anyone can suffer. You can't see the suffering from the outside. You can't judge anything based on that, whether a person was suffering from depression. That is very much coincided and linked with eating disorders. So that's something you got to think about as well. You can't separate the mind and the body connection. And that is why yoga pretty much healed me. It was the whole connecting that mind, connecting your body with your thoughts, with your minds, with your reality. And it's something I wish a lot more people had help with. And so let me know other problems that you faced. Maybe you've dealt with people that have other preconceived ideas or misconceptions. Maybe you're struggling with someone at the moment that just isn't seeing it from your eyes, your point of view. But remember, not everyone will. But what is important to know is that there are people out there who do understand your point of view, who do understand how you're feeling, where you're coming from, what you faced within your recovery, and those of us that have come out the other end and that just want to help because we understand that pain, we understand that lack of control. So yes, I am here for anything. If people want to share their stories, I'm always happy, like I said, to share my story. And I hope this was helpful. I hope you feel less lonely about this. And anyway, all I'm trying to do is spread awareness and educate, because it is Eating Disorder Awareness Week still. Yes, still until Sunday. We have until Sunday, people. Yes. Oh my goodness, you can see my teddy bear. Lame. Yes, I sleep with a teddy, okay? I am a compulsive snuggler. I call it stage 6 snuggling. As in, yes, I restrict the airway of any living being right next to me. So anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It helps with my channel, and I will definitely see you next time. Again, any advice that you guys need. I know I've been getting a lot of messages about hormone imbalances, so I will be doing another video on that. And have a beautiful, wonderful day. Mwah.